Mm-hmm.
Infield backed up with 2 outs. The outfield, they play Scope to pull. Big gap in right center. And also giving Jonathan the right field corner. Left-hander Santiago. He delivers. Scope, big swing and miss. Fastball at about 90. And Jonathan goes right through it for the count 2-2. Texas at the Yankees. They're in the bottom of the 11th inning. The Yankees in a 0-0 game with 2 outs and the base is empty. So it looks like they're going to the 12th. Although Brett Gardner is hitting. Here comes the set again by Santiago and the 2-2 pitch. Jonathan will take low and inside. Ball 3.
Well, the Orioles will have to win to stay 4 games ahead of Toronto because that game's the finale right now. As Jay Happ beats Jake Peavy and Toronto beats Boston 7-3.
Well, that's a big win for the Blue Jays. And the Red Sox, I mean, they had won 7 out of 8. In fact, they'd won 5 in a row. And they'd won 7 out of 8. Like that, no, they won 8 out of 9 until that loss. Here comes the pitch. All right, hello again, baseball fans. Joe Angel, Fred Manfred, mighty Casey Willett. Here in Southern California. In Anaheim, California. And right now it's a 0-0 game. Now the Angels now coming up, bottom of the second. Miguel Gonzalez in the first inning. Got him 1, 2, 3, just 11 pitches. So he's off to a good start. And here in the second inning, we're going to work on Josh Hamilton, and then Eric Ibar, and then Howie Kendrick. Now Miguel Gonzalez, with a victory tonight, could even his record at 5-5. This being his 17th start. Interesting too, Miguel, his last couple of starts, he's pitched extremely well. In fact, in each of his last 2 starts, he has gone 8 innings. And in 16 innings in his last 2 games, he has given up only 3 runs, just a couple of walks, with 11 strikeouts. And yet in those 2 games, he's had 2 no decisions. And he delivers to Josh Hamilton. Big breaking ball stays upstairs.
Well, his last start against the Yankees, it was Brian Roberts homering, and then their Kelly Johnson also hit a home run, accounting for their runs in that ball game.
But he pitched well.
Yep.
And now here's the 1-0 to Hamilton. He takes it right there at the knees. That's a call strike. Now Miguelito Gonzalez, now 30 years of age. He was born back in May of 1984. And lately, his name, with the trading deadline approaching, has been bandied about. As the ground ball swept into the shift. Scope in right field. He throws out Hamilton. So 1 away. Here's Eric Ibar. Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez these days rumored to be heading possibly in several directions.
And the Orioles rumored to be very interested in Kurt Suzuki of the Minnesota Twins, their catcher. They're talking about a long-term deal with him, but not being able to put the dollars that make him satisfied. So they're talking about possibly moving him. And boy, he's a very good catcher to call a game and defensively for you.
So now Miguel Gonzalez will go to work on Eric Ibar with 1 away, and the base is empty in the second inning. And there's a fastball, swing and a miss. Now think about Miguel Gonzalez. When he's good, he's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You look what he's done this season. And by the way, the rumors out there that at one time the Orioles may have offered Miguel Gonzalez to the San Diego Padres for Ian Kennedy. But apparently that did not work out, not yet. And Ibar takes a call strike too. But Miguel Gonzalez, in 6 of his last 9 starts, he has given up no more than 2 runs. So when he's good, man, he can win you some ball games. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground out to Jonathan Scope. He'll scoop it up, and the feed to Davis, and Ibar is out by about 8 steps. So 2 up and 2 down, and against Miguel Gonzalez so far tonight, 5 up and 5 down. And now here's Howie Kendrick. But again, Gonzalez has had 3 no decisions in his last 3 starts, even though he's given up just 5 runs in about 23 innings. He has gone winless in his last 4 starts. Last time he won a ball game was on June 17th. And now Kendrick takes a call strike. Early in this game, Fred, Gonzalez is getting ahead.
Yeah, he's very sharp. His location is outstanding.
0-0, second inning. 2 outs, no one out. And the 0-1 pitch. Fastball jammed him. Little ground ball to second base. There's Scope. Easy toss. And Jonathan Scope has tied the Major League record with 3 assists in 1 inning. It's been done a few times. And Miguel Gonzalez 6 up and 6 down. End of 2, 0-0 in Anaheim on the Orioles Radio Network.
Com.
All right, we've got a 0-0 game here in Anaheim. We go to inning number 3. The Orioles had 9-1-2 coming up to hit. And now to tell you about it, let's get right over to Fred Manfred.
Thank you very much, Joe. The 9th place hitter tonight is Caleb Joseph. Not originally in that slot, but with the late scratch of Manny Machado, changes in the bottom third of the Oriole lineup. First delivery of the right-handed batting catcher, a strike. 33 pitches last inning thrown by Hector Santiago. He has now thrown 47 in the ball game as we play in the top of the third, scoreless. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter pulled foul. Look out in that Angels dugout. Scramble down there as that ball came rocketing over that protective fence in front of the dugout, and everybody had to duck. Hopefully everyone's okay. And the count now 0-2 to the Orioles catcher. Caleb Joseph on the trip has had 5 at-bats without a base hit. Now they go to the 12th inning now in New York on the SK out-of-town scoreboard. Yankees had runners at first and second with 2 down in the bottom of the 11th, but did not score. So they're scoreless heading to the 12th. Joseph takes a fastball up and in. Hector Santiago, as Joe mentioned, from Newark, New Jersey, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds. He's an all-effort guy out on the hill. His delivery is one where you can see the energy being expended, and the delivery outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santiago has worked as a starter. This is his 13th start, his 17th ball game for Mike Scioscia. And the Santiago delivery, 2-2. Caleb takes ball 3, and that's been a typical count for Oriole hitters tonight. As Santiago, as we mentioned, throwing a lot of pitches, and right now again 3-2 after an 0-2 start to this at bat for Caleb Joseph. Santiago's delivery way outside, ball 4. Second consecutive inning that the Orioles have gotten the leadoff man on, and now Hank Conger is going to go out to talk to his left-hander. That's the second walk for Santiago. KTBS Payroll and Kelly & Associates Insurance Group will donate $1,000 to the R. Adams College Shock Trauma Center every time an Orioles pitcher records a save this season. That'll go a long way to help save more lives in our community. Nick Markakis, who had a couple of big hits in last night's ball game, scored twice. He was aboard each time Adam Jones homered to give the Orioles their 4-2 lead and 4-2 victory. Nick, 7 hits over his last 17 at-bats, grounded out to short, his first at-bat on a nifty play by Eric Ibar. Lefty to lefty, way inside to Markakis, ball 1. Santiago, who has command problems, they sent him back to Salt Lake to try to work on some of those command situations. Came back and had done a nice job, but here tonight throwing a lot of pitches. Number 54 in the ballgame. Nobody out in the top of the third. And now Markakis will take one right down the middle, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steve Pearce, right-handed batter on deck. Lefties hit .224 this season against Santiago. He's given up 8 home runs, 1 to a left-handed batter so far this season. Santiago with a runner at first base, the catcher. Joseph, here's a pitch. High drive, deep to right center field. Going back is Calhoun. Calhoun to the warning track, and he will make the grab toward right center and deep. As he got to the warning track, he made a couple of steps onto that track in deep right center field and then made the catch. And Caleb Joseph stays at first base. And that ball left the bat. I thought it had some real good possibilities, but it hung up there a little bit too long, and the right fielder got over to make the catch for out number 1. Steve Pearce hit a fly ball to Cole Calhoun, his first at bat. And the Angels put on the shift. 3 infielders to the third base side of the bag at second. That right side is wide open for Steve Pearce. Santiago's delivery. Pearce swings and misses a breaking ball. 0-1. Pearce last night 1 for 4. 4 hits over his last 16 at bats. 11 homers, 31 knocked in for the Orioles outfielder. Closed stance in the third base side box. Pitch inside 1-1. Pearce over his career against Angels pitching, 10 hits and 28 at bats. 2 of those hits have been home runs. On the SK out of town scoreboard, the Toronto Blue Jays, they beat the Boston Red Sox tonight 7-3. Half the winner, PV the loser. And the delivery to Steve inside ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball at 90. In that ball game, Reyes and Navarro, Diana Navarro hitting home runs for Toronto. For Boston, David Ortiz, who hit 2 yesterday, hits another one, and Stephen Drew hits his 4th home run of the year. Ortiz, by the way, now with 23 round trippers. 2 balls and 1 strike to Pearce. Hector Santiago on the hill tonight for the Angels. A long look at Hank Conger at first base following his leadoff walk. Caleb Joseph, 1 gone. And the delivery to Pearce. He pops it up, shallow right field. Coming in a couple of steps now, waiting is Calhoun, and he taps the glove on the right thigh and then makes the catch. He's handled both outs here in the 3rd. Adam Jones, a strikeout. He's the lone strikeout tonight, recorded by Hector Santiago, called strike 3 to bring it into a 13-pitch 1-2-3 first inning, but then 33 pitches thrown by the left-hander in the 2nd. Adam Jones has had a marvelous road trip, RBI and power-wise. This is game number 5 on the trip. Adam Jones, through Oakland and now Anaheim, has hit 3 home runs and driven in 9 of the Oriole runs. He's 4 for 16 on the trip. 2 for 4 last night with his 2 home runs. And here's a drive, but pulled foul down the left field side. Adam out in front. Had some nice distance to it, but pulled foul. And that, despite the fact he hit that ball a long way, he needs a new bat. The one he had, let's just say, it is not a solid piece of wood any longer. 1 strike to Adam Jones. Jones, 3 for 9, and he has homered in his career against Hector Santiago. He did that when Santiago was wearing the White Sox uniform. Adam Jones on the year, hitting .299, 19 home runs, and 63 driven in for the All-Star center fielder. As Buck Showalter remarked, that home run derby did nothing to change the Adam Jones home run situation in the 2nd half. In fact, he's come on, as we say, blazing in that home run production. Sometimes the home run derby hurts a hitter. The 0-1 pitch taken low by Adam. A ball and a strike. Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies have played 6 innings in Colorado. The Nats and the Rocks are tied at 4 runs apiece. 1 ball and 1 strike to Adam. The delivery to Jones, swing and a foul back. There's a pitch that was up again, and Adam Jones really took that mighty home run type cut after it, but fouled it straight back. And now he'll think about that one a while as he takes that stroll about 5 yards to the left of the markings around home plate, off the dirt and onto the grass. And now Adam will stroll to the third base side box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Santiago ahead of the Orioles center fielder. Joseph, who started the inning with a walk, is now at first base with 2 down, and the 1-2 delivery to Adam Jones in the dirt. Nice block by Conger, and no advance made by Caleb Joseph. All even, 2-2. Well, tomorrow night the Orioles will wrap up the Southern California portion of this long road trip. Chris Tillman will go for the Orioles, and Jared Weaver will work for the Angels. Now, Tillman in his career, he's an Anaheim kid, born and raised in Anaheim. He is 2-0 with a 1.84 ERA in 2 starts against the Angels. Santiago, a long look to Conger, still standing looking into his catcher. Adam may call for time momentarily, and indeed he does. Well, Santiago, we heard, was a very rapid worker, but with a runner on, he's not quite as quick to deliver that pitch. Stands with the ball in the small in the back as he looks into Conger for the sign. Adam Jones sets back into that first base side box. Joseph at first, 2 down, the delivery to Jones down and in. And guess what? Another 3-2 count. And that has been a very familiar one for Oriole hitters today. Nelson Cruz is on deck. Adam Jones with the 3-2 count. That will give Caleb Joseph a head start from first base towards second with 2 down. Joseph hands on knees, not being held by Pujols. 2 out, 3-2 to Adam Jones. There goes Joseph. The pitch to Jones, ball 4. That is the 3rd walk tonight given to the Orioles by Santiago. And now they have runners at first and second. And here comes Mike Butcher, the pitching coach for the Angels, as 65 pitches have been thrown by Hector Santiago. He has 2 outs, 2 on in the 3rd. You know, time's running out to make that call for an ID on the Orioles radio network. So let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Orioles radio network.
You're listening to Orioles baseball on the Mid-State's home of country classics, WIOO Carlisle and WEEO Shippensburg. New on 93.9 and 97.9 FM.
Well, back here with a scoreless ball game, but the Orioles threatening in the top of the 3rd. 2 on, each via the walk. 2 out, and now Mike Butcher, the Angels pitching coach, has had his talk with Hector Santiago, who's thrown a ton of pitches so far tonight. The next will be number 66. So Nelson Cruz will step in. And sometimes after a coach's visit to the mound, that fastball will be forthcoming to a hitter. And Nelson Cruz is anxious right now. He walked on a 3-2 pitch, his first at bat, the first of the trio of free passes tonight given to the Orioles. Nelson Cruz 0 for 2 in his career against Santiago, left-handed pitcher. Runners at first and second. The pitch to Cruz, and there is a fastball at 92 that catches the outside corner for strike 1. Nelson now 2 for his last 17 and 4 for his last 33, but still 28 home runs and 74 knocked in. Santiago ready to deal. 0-1 to the right-handed batting Oriole DH with runners at first and second and 2 down. Nelson will swing, and he will foul it, and it catches Conger's throwing hand. Last night Conger caught a foul ball off that throwing hand. I say the throwing hand. Conger is getting some time to well, what happened is it came right back and hit him square in the chest protector, and then off the glove and to the side of the chest protector, so that hurt. So Conger is okay now, but still feeling the pain of that foul ball off the body. And now a 2-strike count to Nelson Cruz. 0-2 to the Orioles power hitting DH. Joseph from second, the speed of Adam Jones at first. 2 out. Hector Santiago to the plate. Nelson Cruz hits a high fly ball, shallow right. Coming on is Calhoun, and the right fielder waits and makes the grab, and he's handled all 3 outs in this top of the 3rd. The Orioles strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning in Anaheim. Orioles nothing, Angels nothing on the Orioles radio network.
At Advantage Flooring on the Square, Shippensburg, and see me. Our quality is guaranteed.
You're listening to Orioles baseball on the Mid-State's home of country classics, AM 1480, WEEO Shippensburg.
I want to remind you, time's running out on your chance to back your birds during the second half of the season and enjoy Major League savings by reserving your Birdland Summer 6-pack. You get a ticket to any 6 games of your choice throughout the remainder of the season with savings of up to 20% off the cost of single game tickets. Lock in your seats now for the most anticipated games of the postseason push, and you can save some money. You don't want to do that. For complete details, visit Orioles.com/6-pack or call 888-848-BIRD. David Freese, Eric Navarro, and Hank Conger. That's the bottom trio in the order for Mike Scioscia tonight against Miguel Gonzalez, who's needed just 19 pitches to retire the first 6 hitters. Miguel in his career 24 and 17, 64 games, 58 starts for the right-hander. And Miguel will deal to the right-handed batter Freese. Freese will look at the first pitch upstairs. Freese, a National Leaguer until this year, but the St. Louis Cardinals has never faced Miguel Gonzalez. Freese in last night's ball game 1 for 3 with a walk. And Miguel will rock, kick, and deliver to Freese. And this one over the knees, but I should say under the knees and over the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Tom Hallion is calling the balls and strikes tonight. The man who is in the center of a lot of angst from the Angels. Eric Cooper working at third base. Chris Guccione at second. Hal Gibson at first. The 2-0 delivery is swinging a foul straight back at a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Freese 7 for his last 33. 5 home runs and 33 knocked in for the Angels in his first season with the Southern California Ball Club. Gonzalez will zero in on the sign from Caleb Joseph. Now the right-hander to deal. The pitch to Freese just misses. And so the count 3-1. Freese deep in the box, fairly straightaway stance. Will bend slightly at the knees as he awaits the 3-1 offering from Miguel. It's on its way, and Freese will take a strike on the outer portion. Freese started the hands and then stopped suddenly, but it was still in the strike zone in Tom Hallion's eyes. Full count now, 3-2. First time that Miguel has gone to a 3-ball count to an Angels hitter in this ball game. And now the Gonzalez delivery to Freese, foul back. Miguel tried to put him away with a fastball, but Freese made contact, and he will take his stroll away from the third base side batter's box. Miguel Gonzalez 2-1 lifetime against the Angels. His first major league start and victory came here in Southern California. And the pitch on the way to Freese, outside, ball 4. That was high. First base runner for the Angels comes via the free pass. And now Eric Navarro will step in. Navarro hit a left fielder. Last night went 0 for 4 in the Orioles' 4-2 win over the Angels. This Angels ball club, Joe talked about it earlier. They have been red hot since June 6th. They are 28-11. They've won 7 of their last 9, 12 of their last 15, and 21 of their last 27 overall. And they have won 10 consecutive home series here at the Big A. And now the delivery to the left-handed batting outfielder. And Miguel's delivery to Navarro inside. Ball 1. Navarro playing in his 21st game at the big league level. Hitting .291, no home runs, 5 knocked in. Down at AAA for the Salt Lake City Ball Club, the AAA affiliate of the Angels, hit over .300. He showed some power down there. Drove in 50 runs at the AAA level. Here's a line drive out of the reach of Jonathan Scope into right field. The ball charged by Nick Markakis, but it hit the heel of the glove. I think Nick was thinking that maybe, just maybe, if he got that ball quickly, he might throw towards second base, but it hit the heel of the glove and bounded away. We've had a walk and now the first hit of the night for the Angels. Two on, nobody out, and Hank Conger had a couple of hits and an RBI in last night's ball game. Will step in. Conger has hit in his last 4 games, and he's had 16 at-bats over that stretch with 6 hits. Comes up with a chance to put the first run on the board for either team tonight. Freese is at second base. Navarro at first. Nobody out. The pitch to the Angels catcher is on its way. He shows bunt and bunts it foul on the ground third base side. And he squared and then pushed at the ball. Pushed it to the third base side, and it rolled foul immediately. 1 strike. Angels trying to get 2 in scoring position with that situation. They still have Freese at second base and Navarro at first. Conger, as a left-handed batter, hitting .248, and all of his home run power this year has come from that first base side batter's box. 3 home runs. The 0-1 delivery to the Angels catcher. He shows bunt again. This time bunts it off the plate and bounce behind catcher Caleb Joseph. So twice he's tried to put down the bunt, and twice he has failed. And now he faces a no ball, 2 strike count. Conger went after a pitch that was sinking low. No balls, 2 strikes. Fidgeting with the ball in the small of the back is Miguel Gonzalez. Now Conger not yet ready to settle in that first base side box. The inning started with the walk to Freeze, then a single to Navarro, and now Conger with a no ball, 2 strike count. After Conger, we go to the top of the order, and Calhoun. Miguel Gonzalez deals to the left-handed batting catcher. And Miguel's delivery on the way to Conger. Swing and a miss. He gets him with that split finger change. For Miguel, his second strikeout, and Conger fails to deliver what his manager wanted him to do, and that was advance the runners. Twice failing on bunt attempts, and then swinging at the splitter for Miguel Gonzalez. Swinging futilely for out number 1, and now a ground ball, and the Orioles could possibly turn that double play. Cole Calhoun grounded out to Chris Davis on a diving stop back in the bottom of the first. Calhoun had a couple of hits in 5 at-bats last night. He's had 8 hits over his last 37 at-bats. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. Runners at first and second for the Angels. And the delivery on the way to the outfielder. Calhoun takes it just below the knees, I guess. Framed by Caleb Joseph. He gave Tom Hallian a long look at that pitch, and Hallian said it missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 12th now, by the way, on the SK out of town scoreboard in New York. Still scoreless at Yankee Stadium. The 1-0 delivery to Calhoun. Here's a line drive right to Jonathan Scope, who flips to J.J. Hardy, and they double up Freeze at second base. Well, Freeze took off on that line drive that was aimed directly at Jonathan Scope, about letters high, and Freeze is doubled up at second, and that's it for the Angels. They will leave a runner. They had runners at first and second with no one down, could not execute the sacrifice, and now the line drive double play. We go to the 4th inning here in Anaheim. Still a scoreless ball game. Orioles and the Angels on the Orioles Radio Network. Second baseman Howie Kendrick in shallow right field. And delivery to Chris. Here's a line drive left field, coming in and waiting and making the catch is Navarro. 1 pitch, 1 gone. Schmidt has been baking bread in Orioles country for over 125 years. Be sure to pick up your favorite Schmidt old-time bread for your Orioles fans, and do it today. J.J. Hardy, a fly ball to center field. His first at-bat against Hector Santiago. Yankees right now 2 outs, bases loaded in the bottom of the 12th inning against the Rangers in New York. J.J. looks at the first pitch, a breaking ball for a strike. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, and the delivery on the way to Hardy, over the plate and over the knees, and quickly Santiago ahead of J.J. Hardy. No balls and 2 strikes. Santiago with 1 down in the 4th in a scoreless ball game. On the way to J.J. He tries the breaking ball, and it breaks down at the feet of J.J. Hardy. 1-2.
They fed the Yankee game in the 12th inning. Yankees at the bases loaded with only 1 out, tie game. Then a line drive to third base, out number 2, and then the newest Yankee, Chase Headley, came up to hit with a chance to win that game.
The 1-2 pitch to J.J. fouls it back, and so stays alive.
And wouldn't you know it, Headley came up to hit, and he grounded into a force out.
Oh.
And they're going to the 13th inning.
And he could have become an instant New York hero.
He's going to have to wait for his Yankee moment.
So lucky 13. A delivery to J.J. Bounce toward third. Freeze backhands neatly behind the bag. Throws to first. And foul ball called by third base umpire Eric Hooper. Well, Freeze did a neat job as that ball bounced right down the line. He went behind the bag, backhanded on a short hop. And the third base umpire, Cooper, keeping an very close eye on that ball, and made the good call. So J.J. still with life. One gone. The pitch count now at 74 for Hector Santiago, and we're only in the fourth inning with one out. By the way, 33 pitches thrown through 3 for Miguel Gonzalez. And here's the pitch to J.J. Fly ball to right field. And Calhoun is there. He makes the grab. Calhoun last inning handled all 3 outs, and he has now handled the last 5 outs by the Orioles. The final out, Ryan Flaherty in the second inning, a fly ball out. Markakis and Pierce starting the third inning, fly ball outs. And then after the walk to Adam Jones, a fly ball off the bat of Nelson Cruz to the right fielder. And now here's J.J. flying out again. Jonathan Schoop swings and misses. 88 on that delivery. 0-1 to Jonathan. He singled his first trip. Schoop, right-handed batting second baseman, and the delivery to Schoop, second baseman with pop. Pitch down and in. The Houston Astros, by the way, playing up in Oakland tonight, have a 2-1 lead over the West leading Athletics. Swing and a miss on a fastball toward the outer portion of the plate, 1-2. As play began tonight, Oakland with a 2-game edge over the Halos, the Angels. The Orioles with their 4-game lead over both Boston and over both New York and Toronto, pitched down and away. Toronto beat Boston tonight, and the Yankees are still in extra innings against the Texas Rangers. Detroit with a 6.5 game lead over Cleveland in the Central. The 2-2 delivery to Jonathan Schoop. Strike 3 called. Schoop watched the fastball over the plate. Santiago picks up his second strikeout, his first since the first inning. A 1-2-3 inning. Second time he's done that in the ball game. He had a 1-2-3 first on 13 pitches. We go to the bottom of the fourth in Anaheim. Orioles nothing, Angels nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. Now back in Anaheim, scoreless. Miguel Gonzalez making his 17th appearance, his 16th start. 33 pitches only through the first 3 innings. Last inning, he walked the leadoff batter, a base hit by Navarro. Conger struck out swinging, and then a line drive double play off the bat of Cole Calhoun, and he got out of that jam. Angels leading 1. That was the Angels' first hit, the Navarro base hit. Now he faces Trout, Pujols, and Hamilton. I think Trout struck out looking his first trip against Miguel Gonzalez. Trout has had 10 at-bats against Miguel, 2 hits, and both of those have left the ball yard.
Well, Fred, the Texas Rangers now have taken a 1-0 lead in the 13th inning in their game against the Yankees. 1-0 on a home run by J.P. Arancibia.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Yeah, the Arancibia who began the season and then was sent down and now playing first base for the Texas Rangers. Not catching. Former Toronto Blue Jay. Count 2 balls, no strikes to Trout. Dangerous hitter. The pitch, swinging a foul. That knocks the mask off Caleb Joseph. And then comes back to hit Trout. And Trout asking Caleb, "You okay?" And Caleb, "Yeah, I'm okay." That ball came screaming back and hit. It may have hit just under the chin protector to allow that. Well, we watched that. It hit square in the middle of that hockey-style mask. The bird cage portion of the mask, and it just ripped it right off the face of Caleb Joseph.
Looked like he got hit by a hockey puck.
2-1.
Caleb ran into mighty Casey Willett at the mall yesterday, across the street from the hotel.
2-1 delivery on the way, and Trout checks the swing and takes it inside. 3-1.
Mighty Casey and Caleb both were window shopping because it's a very expensive mall. I mean, this might be the most expensive mall I've ever seen.
I know Casey was looking at the Gucci store for the gift for his wife, but
I saw that. Yeah. He's going to try and put it on layaway.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. There's a ground ball toward third. Flaherty will field easily. He fires across the diamond. Out number 1. Flaherty up playing third base. Manny Machado during batting practice experienced lower back tightness in a late scratch.
By the way, Mighty Casey went to that mall. He went to the McDonald's there, and he realized it was a very expensive mall when he ordered a quarter-pound cheeseburger, and they charged him $22.
Wow, and that's not even room service. He had to go over there to get it.
That's an expensive clown.
That's more than the Golden Arches.
Oh, yeah.
And now here's Pujols, and the pitch down and away. He went 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk last night. A fly ball to center field has gotten him today. Miguel Gonzalez, 30 years of age, 6'1", 168 pounds. Just the other day celebrating the first birthday for his beautiful daughter Leah. The 1-0 delivery. Pujols screaming line drive to left, but coming over a couple of steps and in and reaching up and making the grab is left fielder Steve Pearce. That ball hit hard, but Pearce handles it for out number 2. And now Josh Hamilton. Hamilton had a couple of hits in last night's ball game. Josh also drove in a run in the first inning at just his 28th RBI of the season. Tonight, Hamilton grounded out to second.
I'll tell you what, Fred, this might be Miguel's night because he's making some good pitches. He's getting some good outs. But when he's making bad pitches, they're hitting line drives, and they're hitting them right at somebody.
Well, an Adam Ball double play turned by the Orioles to bring an end to last inning. And here's Hamilton, who is yet to homer here in Anaheim this season. He's hit 5 overall, but none to allow the home crowd to stand and cheer. Ball 1 outside. Hamilton now 1 for 10 in looks, facing Miguel Gonzalez. And Miguel's delivery on the way to Hamilton. Swing and a miss. Hamilton looks back at the home plate umpire and then says something to Caleb Joseph before backing out of the box. 1-1.
Well, it's funny, Fred, because, I mean, Hamilton really has not hit home runs anywhere. He does have 5, all on the road, but, I mean, normally he's got, 18 to 20 by this time of the year.
And this is only his 51st game. He had that long stint on the DL. But, yeah, this is not the Josh Hamilton we saw for many years in Texas. Swing and a miss. There may have been that splitter as Hamilton looked really bad on a 77-mile-an-hour pitch. He took the uppercut swing, but it still wasn't there.
Like Hamilton hit a home run on July 1st, and that ended a drought of 23 games without a home run for Hamilton.
And that's not what you're paying him to do. You're paying him to hit home runs in multiples. The 1-2 delivery to Hamilton way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One thing about Miguel tonight, he has been very pitch efficient. We are in the bottom of the 4th with 2 down, and he's only thrown 44 pitches tonight.
I like it.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. The delivery to Josh Hamilton, and Hamilton swings and misses. He strikes him out. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball up and toward the outer portion of the plate. Hamilton, the strikeout victim, the 3rd time that Miguel has struck out an Angel tonight. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th for Miguel Gonzalez. We head to the 5th. Still scoreless here in Anaheim on the Orioles Radio Network. Miguel Gonzalez, no runs on 1 hit, and they have left 1. The Orioles, no runs on 1 hit against Hector Santiago. The Orioles come to bat in the 5th, trying to change things on that scoreboard. And we turn it over to Joe Angel.
All right, Fred, thank you. Yeah, bottom of the order. Here's Ryan Flaherty, 8-hitter. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Now, Hector Santiago so far tonight has thrown almost twice as many pitches as his counterpart, Miguel Gonzalez. And yet, it's a 0-0 game. And the 0-1 delivery lifted in the air to shallow center. Coming on Mike Trout, going out Ibar. Trout takes charge, and Trout makes the catch. So Flaherty gone on 2 pitches. And now the number 9 hitter and Caleb Joseph. 0-0 in the 5th, just getting started. And the SK scoreboard again in the 13th inning on a home run by J.P. Arancibia. The Texas Rangers have taken a 1-0 lead in their game in New York against the Yankees. And the Rangers, by the way, with that 1-0 lead, they have 2 on base with 2 outs. So they're trying to add to it. Here's Caleb, who's had a walk in this game. And he stands in. Pitch on the way to him is in there at the knee. Pretty good changeup there. Strike 1. Earlier today, the Blue Jays, they won a ball game. They beat the Red Sox. They won that game 7-3 behind Jay Happ, who is now 8-5. Here's the pitch. Lifted, foul, back out of play. Jake Peavy for the Red Sox lost that game. So he is now 1-9. And boy, Jake Peavy, last time he won a ball game was on April 25th when he beat the Blue Jays. Today, the Blue Jays beat him. Caleb takes a high fastball. So Peavy now has gone 15 starts since he last won a game. So all that trade talk. Here's the 1-2 to Caleb. Big swing and a foul ball. Got a piece of it. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So every time Peavy makes a start and then loses and continues not to pitch well, now the Red Sox, whatever they do get for him is lessened quite a bit. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And again, Caleb got a piece of it and fouled it away. In that game, by the way, David Ortiz, another home run, Big Papi. His 23rd. He had 2 yesterday. Stephen Drew also hit one for the Bo Sox. Caleb back in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Count to the Orioles catcher. And the left-hander, Hector Santiago. He's out there battling. He delivers 1-2. Fastball fouled away back toward the upper deck. Well, it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Also on the SK scoreboard, Tampa Bay tonight, interleague, they're at the St. Louis Cardinals, and they lead in that game 7-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now Joseph turns on this one. He pulls it foul. So again, the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So again, Tampa Bay 7, the Cardinals 2 in St. Louis, with the Cardinals now hitting in the bottom of the 9th inning. Evan Longoria has a home run for Tampa Bay, his 12th. Tampa Bay, they just keep on playing well. Broken bat, looper, shallow right center, and that ball finds a home out there. That's a base hit. So that bat dies a hero for Caleb Joseph. And now Caleb in this game has been on base twice.
He was very good at bat for Caleb Joseph. Fell behind early and then battled, and then gets the broken bat, but it drops in.
And now the top of the order comes up. Here's Nick Markakis with only 1 out.
How about Joel Peralta of the Tampa Bay Rays going on the DL today with that mysterious flu-like symptoms that he went home to the Dominican, and they feel he may have contacted that bug there, and he's just not been feeling well since the All-Star break.
Yeah, no question. Other than that, for Tampa Bay, boy, things have been going swimmingly. So here's Nick now. He takes the breaking ball a little bit low. I mean, Tampa Bay, they have won 12 of the last 16 games they played. So now trying to make it 13 out of 17. And they're hanging in there in the Eastern Division. They're not giving up. David Price may not be dealt. And now Nick will take a strike on the inside corner. In that game, by the way, Adam Wainwright for the St. Louis Cardinals was attempting to become the first 13-game winner in the major leagues. But right now it's his game to lose. Adam Wainwright, who admitted after the All-Star game that he grooved a pitch to Derek Jeter. In a way, just giving him a pitch to hit and maybe hit a home run in that All-Star game. And now Markakis takes a breaking ball outside. And the count 2-1 to Nick Markakis. After that statement, he was severely criticized. I mean, after all, the All-Star game, they say, means something. And it does. The American League, they won that game, so they're going to have home field advantage in the World Series. Which is kind of ridiculous. Here's the pitch. And Markakis, check swing, foul ball.
And so what did Jeter do with that ball? What he's been doing his entire career. Went the opposite way with it for a double. And that didn't hit the home run, but still had the patented Jeter shot into the right field corner.
No, it was astounding to me that Wainwright would admit that.
Yeah.
That he grooved the pitch to him. I mean, you see that done quite a bit, exhibition games. And really, up until a few years ago, that's all it was. It was an exhibition game. So really, Wainwright But doing something like that is almost understandable. Admitting it is something else. And now Markakis takes the ball up and in. I mean, really, you should be able to do that and not have to suffer the consequences. I mean, the game really shouldn't mean anything. It's just an exhibition game. But now it does. So when you do something like that, you have to pay the consequences. The best thing to do is, if you're going to do it, just keep your mouth shut. Now the right-hander Morin is warming up in the Angel bullpen. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Markakis. Ground ball toward left, backhand Ibar. He'll go to second, out. There'll be no relay, but they do get the lead runner on a sensational play by Eric Ibar. Ranging to his right, a backhand stab of the ball, and then the off-balance throw to get the lead runner at second base. Espectacular. Eric Ibar. Really a nifty play. So Markakis safe on the fielder's choice. And now here's Pierce, the number 2 hitter. 0-0 in the 5th here in Anaheim. Ibar tonight has made a couple of outstanding defensive plays out there. Ibar, who's had the groin issue, he missed, 3 games.
Yeah, and both coming against Nick Markakis. Started the ball game with a ball that many shortstops would not have handled. He did, and he got Nick at first base on the throw.
So now Pierce, who's 0 for 2, a couple of fly ball outs. Left-hander against right-hander. Steve, in the game last night, was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts until he singled in the 8th inning. So Steve now 7 hits in his last 31 at-bats. He has slowed down a bit. Still, over the longer stretch, Steve Pierce coming in his last 126 at-bats. His batting average in those at-bats, .325. Despite the recent slowdown. He takes looked like a changeup there and picked up a strike on the outside corner.
And when Buck tell you on Saturday, he said every time he thinks it's time to give Steve a little bit of time off, he comes up with a big 2-hit or 3-hit game, and you got to keep him out there in the outfield.
Well, here's Steve Pierce. Already he's had a career season. Already. Home runs, doubles, RBIs, stolen bases, you name it. He's had career bests. And now a swing and a miss. That time he got the cutter. So it's 0-2 now to Steve Pierce. The infield with that shift on the left side. Albert Pujols right now is on the bag at first. Otherwise, on that right side, there's just nothing out there but infield dirt. Pierce now with 2 strikes. Let's see if he goes that way. Instead, Santiago will go to first. And the throw too late. On deck is Mr. Jones, but there are 2 outs. Left-hander Hector Santiago. This will be his 99th pitch. Here with 2 outs in the 5th. And again, he'll go to first. And again, too late. Pierce with 11 home runs and with 31 knocked in. Santiago stands tall, looks in again. Left-hander from Newark, New Jersey. Peers in, still peering, still peering. Now he says yes, and now they're both ready. Here comes the pitch. Pierce launches one out toward left, medium depth. Navarro is there. Under it, he's going to make the catch, and that's it. No runs, a hit, they lead 1. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and right now, on both sides, shutout baseball, 0-0 on the Orioles Radio Network.
WEEO Shippensburg.
Fans, you know, AT&T covers more than 99% of all Americans. And that makes it easy for you to connect with family and friends. AT&T, time to rethink possible. All right, I'm Miguel Gonzalez back to work. Right now, 0-0 game. Here we go, bottom of the 5th inning. And the Angels have Eric Ibar to get the inning started. Ibar, and then Kendrick, and then David Freese. Ibar in this game is 0 for 1, couple of ground ball outs. and a couple of sterling defensive plays. Ibar, a 282 hitter. Switch hitter up there to hit left-handed again against Miguel Gonzalez. Pitch on the way to Ibar. Shows bunt, but he'll take upstairs instead. 1 ball and no strikes. Ibar, 6 home runs, 50 RBIs. Ibar having his first All-Star season. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Fastball right there at the knees. That's a call strike. Ibar in that game last night made a pinch hitting appearance and did not get a base hit, so his 10-game hit streak has come to an end. Here comes a 1-1 delivery. A ground ball swept to Davis. He'll backhand it, and then the underhand to Miguelito to get the out. A little ground ball out there. And now here's Howie Kendrick. Well, fans, when the Orioles take on the Seattle Ball Club on Friday, August 1st, 7:05, the first 20,000 fans who are 15 and over are going to receive an Orioles 60th anniversary 3/4 sleeve T-shirt. So come on down, celebrate the 60th anniversary, Camden Yards. Tickets get on Orioles.com or call 888-848-BIRD. And Kendrick takes lone inside for a ball. Again, that's against Seattle, Friday, August 1st. Game time 7:05. 0-0 in the 5th. Miguel Gonzalez looking good right now. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Little ground ball to third base. Flaherty backhands it. Long throw is a strike to Davis. Another ground ball out. Well, Gonzalez now. He's retired 7 in a row. And now with 2 outs and the bases empty, he'll go to work on David Freed.
He's only thrown 50 pitches in this ball game.
Well, if it's one of his better games so far this season against a very tough lineup. Here's Freeze. He walked his first time up. He takes ball 1. I mean, the Angels, they have scored more runs than any team in baseball. They're 4th in hitting home runs. They lead the major leagues in on-base percentage. So, yeah, tough team to pitch to. And the next one is a little bit low. The count 2 balls and no strikes. Angels have won 21 of the last 27 games they played, despite that loss last night. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And Freeze will take outside. Ball 3, 3-0. Remember, Freeze, his first at-bat back in the 3rd inning when he came up with a leadoff walk. And at that point for the Angels, he was their initial base runner in this game. And now the 3-0 pitch and taken for ball 4. So this time he gets another walk, and this time on 4 pitches. And now here's the number 8 hitter, Navarro.
So in New York, in that bottom of the 13th, Jacoby Ellsbury had a single to tie the ball game, and then the Yankees had runners at first and third with 1 out, and Brian McCann hits into a double play, so they go to the 14th.
Wow. Now the Yankees earlier in extra innings, a chance to win it, had runners on first and third with only 1 out, and they didn't score. So they've had some opportunities. And now here's Efren Navarro with 2 outs and a man aboard in a 0-0 game in the 5th. Gonzalez delivers a call strike. And Navarro had a base hit his first time up. Really the only inning in which Miguel Gonzalez was in some difficulty when he walked the leadoff hitter in the 3rd, and then Navarro singled. But after that, there was a strikeout and then a line drive into a double play. And that got Miguel Gonzalez out of it. Here's the pitch. And this one tails down and in. So 1-1 to Efren Navarro. We told you the other day the Angels had that 16-inning game against Seattle. And a game they won in the 6th inning, and they won it on a base hit by this guy here, Efren Navarro. He takes it a little bit low. And Navarro, who's been up and down this season with the Angels 3 different times, and right now getting a chance to play. And hit about 290 in 17 Major League games. Down at the AAA level of Salt Lake City, he was hitting 326 in 72 games. And the 2-1 pitch to him. Line drive, base hit right field. Nick over toward the corner, cuts it off. Now there goes Freeze. He'll go to third base, and the throw back into second. Well, the Angels now first and third with 2 outs in a 0-0 game. And now they got the top of the order coming up to hit. A check that the number 9 hitter. It'll be Hank Conger coming up. Well, one of the few times in this game that Miguel Gonzalez got the ball up a little bit. It's amazing, no matter how many good pitches you make, sometimes you make one bad pitch and you cannot get away with it. So now here's the switch hitting catcher, Hank Conger, with 2 outs. Runners on first and third, 0-0 in the 5th. Now Conger, his first time up, he came up with first and third, and he struck out. And the pitch on the way to him. Breaking ball way inside.
It was a very unproductive at bat for him with those runners at first and second. He tried to bunt to push them along, couldn't do it on 2 strikes, and then on the 3rd pitch, a swing and a miss to strike 3.
Well, right now he's up there with 2 outs and runners on first and third. David Freeze at third base off the bag. And now Gonzalez with the 1-0 delivery. Swing and a pop-up foul. Back toward the club level here at the Big A. So now the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. And again, Miguel got that ball up a little bit, but Conger got under it too much. Also on the SK scoreboard now in the 12th inning, the Giants 5, Philadelphia 5. That game in Philadelphia. Hunter Pence got a home run. Buster Posey's got a home run. He's got 11 now. And now Gonzalez with a 1-1 delivery. Cued foul. He got the breaking ball. And Conger swung early, hit that ball just off the end of the bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Miguel Gonzalez so far has allowed just 2 hits in this game. And again, the right-hander Mike Morin is out there again getting loose in that Angel bullpen. Second time tonight. 1-2 now to Conger. And Miguelito, he delivers. Little fastball dribbled foul just off the end of the bat. And now Caleb goes out to talk to Miguel Gonzalez because again that ball was up. So in this inning, for the first time in the game, Miguel Gonzalez, he's got that thing up a little bit too much. So Caleb goes out there to remind him, hey, you got to get that ball down again. And again, they do have the shift on against Conger with the second baseman, Caleb Joseph, I should say Jonathan Scope, out there in shallow right field. He's maybe 20, 24 feet onto the outfield grass and well over toward the foul line. J.J. Hardy is also on that side. Davis is on the bag at first. Now the outfield against Conger playing pretty much straight away. And on the shallow side, except for Nick Markakis, he's out there medium depth in right field. Gonzalez ready again at the belt. And he delivers 1-2. Breaking ball, got him swinging. And the strikeout ends the inning. So Miguelito Gonzalez, again he works out of it. And again the Angels leave a couple of base runners. And now at the end of 5, it's still 0-0 on the Orioles radio network. All right, here we go. What a ball game here in Southern California. We've got a 0-0 game. And we are going into the 6th inning. The Orioles, they've got the middle of the order coming up to hit. And Fred, they're coming up here against a brand new Angels pitcher.
Yeah, from a lefty. Thank you, Joe. Hector Santiago leaves the ball game. 99 pitches thrown through 5 innings. He allows no runs, however. 2 hits, 3 walks, couple of strikeouts. Gives way to right-hander Mike Morin. We saw him face one batter, J.J. Hardy, and strike out J.J. last night. Morin on the year, appearing in 36 games prior to this. 31 hits in 36 and 2/3 innings with 33 strikeouts. He's also had a couple of opportunities to save a ball game for the Angels, blowing both those saves. His very good ERA, 196. 2 wins, 2 losses on the year. So Adam Jones will step in. Against the left-hander, Adam struck out and walked. Miguel Gonzalez has given up 2 hits to the Angels through his 5 innings of work, and he has thrown just 63 pitches tonight. Orioles stranding 5 so far, 3 left by the Angels. So Morin, the 6'4" right-hander out of North Carolina, University of North Carolina, and Overland Park, Kansas, will work to Adam Jones. Morin, good numbers for Mike Scioscia out of that bullpen. And the right-hander ready to deal righty to righty. And the first delivery to Adam, and Jones will take a fastball at the knees for a strike. 92 on the heater from Mike Morin. Morin, as we mentioned, the strikeout of J.J. Hardy last night. That's the only Oriole he's ever faced. 1 strike to Jones. And the Morin delivery to the Orioles center fielder way outside, and Morin slipped. And as he came on his follow-through, he went down flat on his wallet. And now Mike Scioscia wants to make sure that Morin is okay after that slip. He went with his landing foot, it slipped, and then he went down falling flat on his backside. And the trainer comes out. They want to make sure he didn't pull a muscle, and that could very easily happen in that type of a situation. Mike Scioscia, the manager, also out checking. And that pitch was so far outside, there's a conversation with Tom Halley and the umpire out there. And we'll see if he can continue on. And it looks like they're going to allow him an opportunity to throw a few pitches to Hank Conger. But it looked like that landing foot kind of slipped just a bit, and then he went down.
And he landed awkwardly because, boy, you fall like that, it could be your left knee, it could be your left ankle that gets twisted around.
Yeah, he's got one throw, and he's telling his manager and the trainer, I'm okay, I'm okay. They want to give him another one.
Don't they all say that?
Yes, they do.
And then the manager says, hey, just throw one more.
And let's see if that will be the extent of the
Oh, he's going to throw
visuals.
one more.
He's going to throw one more.
Wow, 3 of them. You don't see that too often.
Okay, will that be the convincer right there? I think it is. At least Morin is convinced he can carry on, and he's done that to his manager and trainer, and the home plate umpire will go back behind the plate, and Adam Jones will be facing a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Morin, 23 years of age, and he's been a part of a pretty good Angels bullpen, something that has not always been the case here in Southern California. This is his first year in the big leagues. Mike Morin, 1-1 to Adam. And the delivery on the way to the Orioles center fielder. Jones swings and misses. There was that pitch down and away, and Adam Jones with the big wavy type swing at that pitch that was out of the strike zone by the time it worked its way to the batter. And Jones with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And the Morin delivery to Jones, swing and a miss. He got him with an off-speed pitch. Adam Jones strikes out for the second time tonight. 1 Oriole gone here in the 6th inning. First batter faced, strikeout for Morin. So he's faced 2 Orioles in this series. He struck out J.J. Hardy last night, and now the first batter he faces here tonight, Adam Jones, a strikeout victim. Nelson Cruz will step in. Cruz tonight, a walk and a fly ball to right field. Nelly 2 for his last 18. But he's had some marvelous moments here at the Big A in Anaheim. With the Texas Rangers, blasted a 484-foot home run here in 2012. Takes a strike at the knees. One of the longest home runs ever hit here at the stadium in Southern California. Nelson cocks that bat as he awaits the 0-1 delivery from Morin. It's on its way, and Nelson swings and misses. Good fastball downstairs and toward the outer portion of the plate. 0-2. Had some movement to it toward the outer portion. Rangers and the Yankees, by the way, now in the bottom of the 14th, still tied at 1 in the Bronx. The 0-2 delivery way outside, and that time Cruz recognized where that pitch was going to end up and didn't chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris Davis is on deck, left-handed batter. And the Morin offering to Nelson Cruz. Cruz swings and misses, off speed, strikes him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. Jones and now Cruz. And Chris Davis will step in. Chris 0 for 2. Chris tonight hit into a fielder's choice and a fly ball to left field. The shift will be put into effect by the Angels with the second baseman Howie Kendrick going out about 10, maybe 15 yards in shallow right field. The shortstop Ibar shifts to where the second baseman ordinarily would play, and the third baseman Freeze where the shortstop would play, with the first baseman Pujols near the line at first. Pitch to the left-handed batter, downstairs, but at the knees for a strike. 0-1. We are in the top of the 6th, scoreless. No runs, 2 hits for the Orioles. They've left 5. No runs, 2 hits for the Angels. They've stranded 3 against Miguel Gonzalez. 1 strike delivery to Chris. Swinging a foul straight back. 0-2. Now the fans will start that rhythmic applause. Yankees, by the way, have a runner at second base with 1 out in the bottom of the 14th in that all-even game 1-1 in New York. Francisco Cervelli batting for the Yankees. Chris Davis with a 2-strike count with 2 down. The pitch on the way to Chris. High fastball. Fastball 91. 1-2. The Washington Nationals, top of the 9th in Colorado, leading the Rockies 7-4. And the delivery to Chris. Cute off the end of the bat, rolling slowly. Freeze will charge. Barehanded pickup by the third baseman. He will not get Davis an infield hit. Chris Davis, a 2-out roller towards shortstop, and with that shift on, Freeze, normally the third baseman, came charging in. Fielded barehand, but by the time he lofted his throw to first base, Chris Davis, big guy but can run, he has the infield hit, and the Orioles have their 3rd hit of the ball game against Angels pitching. J.J. Hardy, the strikeout victim last night against Morin, 0 for 2 against Santiago with a couple of fly ball outs, will step in. Righty. And the pitch to J.J. Strike. Fastball at the knees. 0-1. The Atlanta Braves were beaten tonight by Miami 6-5 in Atlanta. So the Nationals could take a 2-game lead in that National League East. Here's a shot in the gap in right center field. Racing over is Calhoun. He can't get it. Goes all the way to the base of the wall. Chris Davis, big guy, can run. Rounding third. Headed to the plate. Here comes the throw. Davis will hit the slide. He is in. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 6th. It started with a 2-out roller towards shortstop. Davis, an infield hit, and then a double in the gap to right center field off the bat of J.J. Hardy. 1-0 Birds, top of the 6th inning. J.J. Hardy with his 29th RBI, with his 20th double. Hardy, who struck out last night against Morin, delivers here in the top of the 6th to give the Birds the advantage. Jonathan Scope has had a base hit tonight and a strikeout. And Chris Davis, a big guy, but for his size, he can move, and he did so from first base, coming across before the tag applied by Conger. And a swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. And the Orioles break the ice here in the top of inning number 6. Giving Miguel Gonzalez the lead, 1-0. J.J. Hardy at second base. Jonathan Scope with a 1-strike count. The Orioles second baseman waggling that bat as he awaits the delivery. Morin's pitch. Here's a drive. Center field. Well hit. Trout back. Trout going back. Looks up. It is gone. Home run into the rock pile. Jonathan Schoop, a 2-run blast, 3-0 Orioles. Schoop with home run number 8, his second on this road trip. Mike Trout retreated to that wall, tried to climb it, but well out of his reach onto that rock pile in center field. And the Orioles have the 3-0 lead here against the Angels. For the Orioles, their 122nd round tripper, and it all started after 2 strikeouts. Jones and Cruz, the Davis infield roller, the double by Hardy, and Schoop with the long 2-run home run. Ryan Flaherty hits a ground ball to short. Ibar will eat it up, throw to first, and that's the inning. But the Orioles break out. 3 times they score here against Mike Morin. Bottom of the 6th upcoming in Anaheim. Orioles 3, Angels nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. 2-run home run as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Before we go for the Angels half of the 6th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Orioles Radio Network.
You're listening to Orioles baseball on the Mid-State's home of country classics, WIOO Carlisle and WEEO Shippensburg. New on 93.9 and 97.9 FM.
Morning to you back in Baltimore. And the Orioles, as that midnight hour approached, came up with the first runs of the ball game. And now Miguel Gonzalez, who's been outstanding tonight, allowing just 2 hits to the Angels, will go to work. And he will be facing the top of the Angels order. That's Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Miguel Gonzalez so far needing just 63 pitches through 5 innings. Calhoun tonight 0 for 2. And the delivery to the right fielder shows bunt, pulls back, and then takes a strike. That forced Ryan Flaherty, the third baseman, to come charging in. Flaherty at third base because a late scratch of Manny Machado. Lower back tightness is what we were told just before game time. Still no other word on Manny from the Oriole clubhouse. 0-1 the count to the left-handed batting outfielder. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Miguel Gonzalez shooting to even his record on the year at 5-5. Last several starts have been outstanding. In fact, the last 2 back-to-back outings at the big league level. 8 innings against the Red Sox, 8 innings against the Yankees. The 1-1 delivery. Calhoun swings and loses the bat, and he misses the ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fernando Salas, a right-hander, warming in the bullpen for the Angels. And the Yankees, by the way, Chase Headley getting another opportunity to be a Yankee hero in his first game after coming over from San Diego. He drove in the run in the bottom of inning number 14. The Yankees beat Texas tonight 2-1. Orioles began with a 4-game lead over both New York and Toronto, and both teams have won. Now that's up to the Orioles to win to maintain that edge in the American League East. A ball and 2 strikes to the outfielder as Calhoun retrieved his bat as he went over toward those dugout seats just to the left of the Orioles first base side dugout. Miguel Gonzalez rocks, kicks, and delivers to Calhoun. Calhoun bangs it to the left side, backhanded neatly by JJ. His throw to first, stretched by Chris Davis. 1 gone. JJ Hardy moving to his right to backhand. Mike Trout will step in now. Trout, so far the Orioles have been able to maintain the stranglehold on this all-star MVP. He is 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts so far tonight. Miguel got him looking in the first inning, and then a ground out to Flaherty, his second at bat. Trout with his average dipping to 308. When this series began, Mike Trout hitting .313. Still a dangerous hitter. 23 home runs, 74 knocked in for the center fielder. And here's a strike. Miguel catching the plate with that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Trout, you got to go back to mid-June, hitting .336 since that point in the season. But the Orioles have been managed to solve him at least early as we play the middle game of the 3-game set. Last night the Orioles won. Trout had a couple of key strikeouts in that ball game. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. And the delivery to Mike. Outside, ball on a strike. Tomorrow, Chris Tillman for the Orioles. And Jared Weaver will go for the Angels. And then the Orioles will be headed to Seattle, where we'll see Iwakuma, Hernandez, Young, and Elias on the hill for the Mariners. The 1-1 delivery. There's a good breaking ball in for a strike 2. 1-2 strike. The Orioles will go with Wei-Yin Chen, Kevin Gausman, Bud Norris, and then the guy pitching tonight, Miguel Gonzalez, to wrap up this West Coast swing. And the Orioles back home. They'll have the off day next Monday, travel day. Won't get in till about 3 a.m. in East Coast time. And then the Angels in town. The 1-2 pitch to Trout. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Orioles with some heavy competition over the weeks after the All-Star break. Right now, 2 wins, 2 losses on this road trip. They dropped 2 of 3 in Oakland. 1 last night and lead here 3-0, bottom of the 6th in the middle game. The pitch to Trout, inside ball, 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pujols on deck for the Angels. The Angels, highest scoring team in baseball. Last night, 2 runs. So far tonight, nothing in that run column for the Angels. And the 3-2 delivery on the way. Trout will take a strike. 3 called. And Trout doesn't say anything to home plate umpire Tom Hallion. He started down to first base and then did a 360 spin back to his dugout. Trout strikes out for the 4th time in this series. Is now 0 for 7 against Orioles pitching. The 5th strikeout tonight for Miguel Gonzalez. 2 gone in the 6th. Albert Pujols 0 for 2. He has been held silent by the Oriole pitchers. And the pitch to the big first baseman, a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Pujols lifted the arms, but good location on that delivery from Miguel Gonzalez. Last night, Bud Norris had a good command of his pitches. Went from throwing the good fastball earlier to a little bit more off-speed stuff later in his start. Way inside with this fastball, ball on a strike. Pujols now 1 for 10 lifetime against Miguel Gonzalez. 2 for 12 the numbers from Mike Trout against Miguel, but 2 of his hits have been home runs, but silent tonight. The 1-1 delivery. Pujols lines it foul. Look out in the stands down the left field side. A ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th inning. Orioles shooting for their 55th victory of the year, trying to go 11 games over 500. And hand the Angels something the Angels have not done in their last 10 consecutive home series, and that's hand the Angels a series loss. If the Orioles win tonight, they will have taken 2 of 3 from the Halos and wrapped up at least the series victory, and then have an opportunity for a sweep tomorrow. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. There was a pitch that was very close on the outer portion of the plate, but goes Pujols' way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Miguel now pitch number 78 about to be delivered with 2 down. 2-2 count in the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Orioles. The Gonzalez delivery to Pujols bounced down the third base side, foul. Checking the SK out of town scoreboard, bottom of the 9th, as Washington with a win tonight could advance to a 2-game lead in the National League East. The Nats lead at Colorado 7-4. Earlier tonight, Atlanta at home against Miami, a loser 6-5. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pujols. 2 out. Bottom of inning number 6 in Anaheim, and the delivery to Albert. Pujols lines it foul again, left side. As we look around the Big A, we see little lights blinking on and off like Christmas lights throughout the ballpark as Pujols stands in. And here's the delivery on the way, 2-2, and nope, stop. Wonder what that is. I had not seen them until this Pujols at bat. So we see like little flashes in various parts of this ballpark. It's twinkles from the Big A. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Pujols. He lifts a lazy fly ball toward right. Nick Markakis backs up a bit, squares to the infield. It's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th. That's what you want to see. The Orioles gave Miguel a 3-0 lead in the top of the inning, and then he retires. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th in Anaheim. Orioles 3, Angels nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. Here we head now to the top of inning number 7, and the Orioles have a 3-0 lead, scoring all 3 runs with 2 on in the 6th. And the Episcopal Churches of Maryland want you to keep the faith. Visit episcopalmaryland.org to find a church near you and, of course, keep the faith. Fernando Salas comes on to go to work for the Angels. He's the 3rd pitcher of the night. Santiago went 5. Morin 1, giving up the 3 runs of the Orioles. And now Salas. 32 games for this right-hander. 28 hits in 31 2/3 innings with a 2.84 ERA. And the first Oriole he faces is Caleb Joseph, doing the catching and hitting in the number 9 hole tonight. Salas on the way to Caleb, and Joseph will take a strike on the outside corner. Against the left-hander Hector Santiago, Caleb was on base twice. He walked in the 3rd and then singled in the 5th. Right-handed batting catcher Caleb Joseph with that average at 186. And Joseph will look at a pitch at the knees for a strike. Salas from Mexico, 6'2", 210. Been in the big leagues for 4 years, pitched downstairs. He last worked against Seattle, going an inning a couple of days ago. Had a strikeout in that inning for the Halos over the M's. The Salas 1-ball, 2-strike delivery, a foul back. Caleb Joseph, before singling a broken bat base hit to right center field in the 5th inning, had a very good at bat against Santiago, fouling off several pitches as he was behind in the count 1-2, and then parachuted that ball off the broken bat between the right fielder, center fielder, and the second baseman. Salas began his big league career back in 2010 with the Cardinals. And the Salas pitch to Joseph inside, ball 2. 2-2. Last year for the Cardinals, Salas was in 27 games and had a 450 earned run average. Went 0-3 out of that bullpen for the Cards. 2-2 to Caleb Joseph, leading off for the Orioles in the 7th. The Orioles lead it 3-0. And now Joseph will take a strike 3 called at the knees. 1 batter gone, 1 strikeout for Salas. And now Nick Markakis will come up. Nick 0 for 3 tonight, but has been robbed a couple of times on very fine plays by shortstop Eric Ibar. Nick Markakis' average at 292. Markakis with 120 hits, along with Adam Jones, 120 hits. Mid in the pack in the top 10 in American hit leaders. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. And the first delivery to Nick on the outer portion of the plate, and it has the strike zone. Nick Markakis has had 1 at bat and 1 hit against the right-hander. And here's the delivery to Markakis. Fastball strike. Fastball coming in at 92. Nick finds himself in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Just like the previous Oriole hitter, Caleb Joseph. 0-2 to Markakis.
Tonight's attendance 35,353. Go backwards with that. Another power throw for you.
Markakis out of the box. Miguel Gonzalez tonight, 80 pitches through 6 innings. He's given up only 2 hits, no runs to the Angels. And now Salas, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Halos, delivers, and Nick, fly ball left field. Coming in is Navarro, and he clutches it for the 2nd out of the inning. Steve Pearce looking for a hit tonight. He's hit the ball in the air 3 times, twice to the right fielder, the other time to his left field counterpart, Navarro. He's had 4 hits now over his last 18 at bats. The shift on with 3 infielders not to the right side of second base, but to the left side of second base for the right-handed batter. And Pujols is wide of the bag at first. And Steve Pearce will take a breaking ball for a strike. Yankees have won. They won it in 14. Chase Headley reporting to the Yankees today after his trade from San Diego, delivering the hit in the bottom of the 14th to plate the game winner in the dirt. And the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Boston Red Sox tonight. So at the moment, the Orioles lead down to 3.5. But if the Orioles continue on the track they're on right now, it'll be back to 4 games. And we will be set to play the final game here in Anaheim tomorrow night. 3-0 Orioles. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. The pitch to the right-handed batter Pierce. Hard ground ball to third. Freeze. Fields, throws. That's the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles against Salas. And now we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-0 Birds on the Orioles radio network. Going to the 7th inning, 80 pitches thrown by Miguel Gonzalez. He's given up just 2 hits. The Angels have stranded 3 base runners against Miguel, who grew up here in Southern California after being born in Guadalajara, Mexico. Now Josh Hamilton, Eric Ibar, and Howie Kendrick will come up for the Angels. So far tonight, that trio has been held hitless by Miguel. In fact, Josh Hamilton in his 3 at-bats has grounded out and then struck out twice. I should say in his 2 at-bats, he has struck out and grounded out. And now he leads off. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Orioles. And Hamilton watches the first fastball outside. 1-0. Hamilton 5 for his last 11. Over his last 38 at-bats, he's had 13 hits, but not hitting with the power that he displayed as a member of the Texas Rangers. Hamilton fouls it back off the mask, I think, of home plate umpire Tom Hallion. That power that he displayed with the Rangers earned him a humongous contract with the Angels. And that contract has not borne fruit for the Halos, as they expected him to help lead them to the postseason. Pitch down and away. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hamilton. In the LA Times this morning, talking about the Angels' possibilities going to the postseason, talking about adding pitching to their staff. The 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss by Josh Hamilton on the 85-mile-an-hour delivery. And they said the odds for the Angels making the postseason right now are better than 90%. But they would like to overtake the Oakland A's as the American League West leaders. The 2-2 delivery in the dirt, bounces out there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, but they are in the market for pitching. There's talk about Cliff Lee, etc., etc. But any name that is out there, I'm sure, has been talked about by Angel fans here in Southern California. 3-2 to Hamilton, leading off bottom of the 7th. And Miguel Gonzalez's delivery, his 86th of the night. It comes to Hamilton, fouls it back to the screen. 7th inning sponsored by Jiffy Lube. Stretch your budget with $10 off your next oil change. Visit Jiffy Lube MD on Facebook for a $10 coupon in our offers tab. Jiffy Lube. Drive in today. Miguel gets the sign from Caleb. 3-2 to Hamilton. And the delivery on the way to the left-handed batter from the righty. And Hamilton will draw a leadoff walk. Never a good idea. So Miguel Gonzalez walks his 3rd tonight. And that brings up Eric Ibar. Ibar, a switch hitter, has driven in 50 runs from that shortstop's position this year. Ibar, in his career now, 1 for 10 in at-bats against Miguel. In at third base is Ryan Flaherty, and on the grass. We'll see what Ibar and Mike Scioscia have in mind here. Miguel sets, holds the set at the belt, and the delivery. Ibar, no intention to square, takes a fastball high. 1 ball, no strikes. Miguel Gonzalez looking to improve to 3-1 lifetime against the Angels. Had some great memories here in the Big A. His first major league victory coming here in Anaheim back in 2012 in July of that year. 1 ball, no strikes to Ibar. Dangerous hitter. As you can say, for many in that lineup for the Angels, foul back a fastball. 1-1. Mentioned on the SK out of town scoreboard, the Texas Rangers losing at New York tonight in 14 2-1. Headley, acquired from the San Diego Padres. He's a hero. He delivers the game-winning run in the bottom of the 14th. And Jeff Francis, just picked up by the Yankees to bolster their bullpen before the All-Star break, picks up the victory. His first of the year. And now the pitch to Ibar inside corner for a strike. He jackknifed, but that still caught the inner portion of the plate. 1-2. And the Toronto Blue Jays, after they were pasted last night by the Boston Red Sox, well, they beat the Bo Sox tonight in Toronto. David Ortiz in that Boston loss, another home run. The pitch to Ibar fouled out of play to the left side. It was the Toronto Blue Jays 7, the Boston Red Sox 3. 13 hits for Toronto, 11 for Boston. Along with Ortiz, Stephen Drew hit a home run. Ortiz has now hit 23 this year. Drew number 4. Reyes is 8th for Toronto, and Navarro, Deanna Navarro, number 7 in that win for the Jays. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ibar. At first base, Josh Hamilton, nobody out. And the delivery to Ibar, fly ball toward left center. Moving over is Adam Jones, the center fielder. He says to the left fielder, Steve Pierce, I got it. Pierce backs away. Jones makes the grab. 1 gone. Howie Kendrick has hit the ball on the ground twice. Once to Jonathan Scope, the second baseman, and to Flaherty, the third baseman. Now the Orioles were held scoreless until 2 out in the 6th. And with that shift on, 3 infielders to the right side of the infield, Chris Davis rolled one slowly toward the shortstop spot. The third baseman Freeze at that shortstop spot came charging in, and by the time he picked it up barehand through to first, Davis had crossed the bag. J.J. Hardy followed with a double to bring in Chris from first base, and then a 2-run home run off the bat of Scope, and that's been the scoring. Howie Kendrick watches the first pitch break in there for a strike. 0-1. Kendrick has seen that red-hot average since July 1st. Coming into this ballgame, he had been hitting an even .400. Ryan Mattis begins to warm in the Oriole bullpen. Last night, Mattis faced 1 batter in a 3-pitch strikeout of Josh Hamilton. The 0-1 delivery to Howie Kendrick with Hamilton at first base, and this one guided outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, that pitch count that had been very manageable at 45 after 4 and then 63 after 5, now up to 94 for Miguel Gonzalez, with Brian warming in the bullpen. Miguel Gonzalez gets the sign from Caleb Joseph. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out. And the Gonzalez delivery to Howie Kendrick. Here's a drive center field. Jones on the run. He gets over there to make the grab as that ball kept sinking. And Adam Jones, with that ball solidly struck, got over there quickly to make a backhanded catch on the run toward left center field. 2 gone. And now David Freese.
Well, it felt like we said earlier, it's got to be Miguel's night because he's made a bunch of really good pitches. And the Angels have not hit the ball very hard. But when they have, they've hit the ball right at people. So Miguel right now having a real good night.
Well, Freese has been up twice and walked twice. And Josh Hamilton, who walked to start the inning, now at first base with 2 down. And Miguel to deliver. Freese takes the breaking ball at the knees for a strike. 75 miles an hour, and Freese watched it go by. Now Miguel and Caleb have really done a nice job tonight of keeping those Angel hitters off balance with breaking balls, fastballs, the splitter. Hamilton from first base held by Davis. And Freese awaits the delivery. It's on its way and just missing toward the outer portion of the plate at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the Nationals win it in Colorado 7-4. Stammen the winner 1-4. Brown the loser 0-1. Soriano with his 23rd save. LaRoche hits his 13th home run. And now the Nationals lead the National League East by 2. Here's a ball cued off the end of the bat for second base side. Quickly in, shoveling over to first base is Jonathan Scope. Nice play by the second baseman, charging, then shoveling to Chris Davis. Third out, and that's it for the Angels. They leave a runner.
That's a great play by Chris Davis, too, staying home.
And Chris could have ranged far to his right side, and no one would have been covering first because it had been difficult for Oriole pitcher Miguel Gonzalez to get over there quickly. But the Orioles get that final out. We go to the 8th inning here in Anaheim with the score. Orioles 3, Angels nothing on the Orioles radio network.
WEEO Shippensburg.
As we go to the 8th, 3 runs for the Orioles on 5 hits. They've left 5 for the Angels. No runs, 2 hits. They've left 4 against Miguel Gonzalez. We go to inning number 8. Once again, Joe Angel.
All right, big boy. Here we go, 8th inning. And here's Mr. Jones to get the inning started. Adam and the Nelson Cruz, and then the big fella. Adam tonight's 0 for 2. Couple of strikeouts and a base on balls. Had the big night last night. Adam with 19 home runs and with 63 knocked in. Right-hander against right-hander. Salas against Jones. And the pitch. Adam lifts it in the air. A little pop-up into shallow right center. Kendrick out there backtracking, and the second baseman makes the grab. So Jones gone on 1 pitch in the 8th inning.
Well, Joe, 98 pitches thrown for Miguel after 7 innings, and no indication that he will not be coming out to go to work in the 8th.
Well, we saw Brian Mattis out there getting loose, but Brian has sat down. Now, Miguel Gonzalez, in each of his last 2 starts, he's gone 8 innings. He's had 2 no decisions. Got a chance to win this one. So Buck may feel that, hey, give Miguel 1 more inning, and why not? The Angels do have the bottom of the order coming up to hit in the bottom of the inning. Now here's Nelly. Pitch on the way to Cruz. In there for a call strike. Nelson tonight has had a walk, and he's 0 for 2. Fly ball out and a strikeout. Nelson right now in a funk. He's had just 4 hits in his last 35 at-bats. And the 0-1 delivery. This one in the dirt. Nelson right now stuck on 28 home runs. I mean, on July 22nd, that's not a bad place to be stuck. But right now, Nelly is a bit stuck. Been 15 days since he homered. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Off speed, a little bit low for the count 2-1. Still Nelson second in home runs, second in RBIs in the American League. The count 2-1, and here it comes. Nelly hits it hard, 1 bouncer right past Freeze. Boy, that ball handcuffed him. That ball is in the corner, and there's Nelly racing into second base. He's going to be in there standing without a play. That ball back into third. I mean, that ball was just scorched, and David Freeze, in self-defense, I think tried to knock it down, but I think he was relieved when that ball got past him.
And went right through his legs. But that's why that position, third base, has earned the nickname over the years as the hot corner, and that was a hot one off the bat.
So now here's Chris Davis to hit with a runner at second base and only 1 out. I mean, I doubt that Nelson Cruz can hit a ball harder than he just did. And David Freeze almost lived up to his last name. He froze. I'll tell you what, he is lucky that ball didn't hit him. So now the big fella with 1 out in the pitch. And Davis takes a little bit low for ball 1. And again, the shift employed against Chris Davis. Again, the second baseman, Kendrick, is out there in shallow right. Davis in this game is 1 for 3. But that 1 hit was a big one, even though it never left the infield. Salas, he delivers. And Davis fouls it just off the end of the bat. And that base hit came back in the 6th inning. With 2 strikeouts and the bases empty, Davis came up to hit. And against the shift, he took a big swing and dribbled it toward the shortstop. And by the time Ibar got to it, he had no play, an infield single. And then moments after that, J.J. Hardy hit a gapper in right center, a double to pick up an RBI, and give the Orioles a 1-0 lead. Here comes the pitch. Fastball up and into Davis. And then moments after that, Jonathan Scope came up and homered with Hardy on base. A 2-run homer. And right now it's a 3-0 Baltimore lead in the 8th inning. Nelson Cruz out there at second base off the bag, only 1 out. Chris Davis with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander Fernando Salas, he delivers 2-1. Davis a big swing and a miss. I think he got the changeup that time. Well, Chris Davis right now with 4 hits in 17 at-bats on the road trip. He does have a home run. And the right-hander again ready. Fernando. Here's a 2-2 pitch inside to Davis. So 3-2. First base is open. And on deck is J.J. Hardy. And now Corey Rasmus, another right-hander out there getting loose. Mike Scioscia's got 7 right-handers in his bullpen. And just the 1 lefty. 3-2 to the big fella, and here comes a pitch. He got him looking. Strike 3 called. Looked like it was a fastball, about 87. Had a little bit of sink to it, but it was up, and Davis let that thing go by. So he is struck out first time tonight. And now with 2 outs, here's J.J. That's his second strikeout since he came on in the 7th inning. Well, let's see if J.J. can pick up an RBI with 2 outs. And again, Nelson Cruz off the back at second. The Orioles ahead 3-0, 8th inning. Salas delivers, and J.J. takes up and away. Ball 1. On the SK scoreboard, at the end of 8 now in Arizona, the Diamondbacks have now taken a 5-4 lead over Detroit. That game in Arizona. And for the Tigers, Rick Porcello, it was his game to win. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and J.J. takes a knee-high strike. I mean, Porcello had the lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And then Arizona scored a couple of times. So Porcello, he was trying to become the first 13-game winner in the major leagues. So both he and Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals tonight failed to become 13-game winners. 1-1 to J.J. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball, right field corner. Slicing. Fair ball in the corner. Extra bases. It'll drive in a run. Oh, Nelly comes in to score. And there goes J.J. into second base. His second RBI double of the night. And it's a 4-0 Baltimore lead here in the 8th inning.
And that's going to do it for Salas as Scioscia comes out. But yeah, J.J., this second half may be a pretty good one for J.J. as things have gone very nicely since the All-Star break for the Orioles shortstop.
Well, a great job of hitting there by J.J. on a ball that was out away from him. He just went with it, and he sliced it into that right field corner. So he's got 2 RBIs tonight. And J.J. now with 30 for the season. And this pitching change is brought to you by Direct Mortgage Loans. To get pre-qualified for your home loan, all you do is visit directmortgageloans.com. Back with more play-by-play right after this.
Are you buying or selling a home? At Direct Mortgage Loans, we believe in helping you make an informed decision. That means helping you get pre-qualified, so you have a clear idea of just how much home you can afford. If you're working with a realtor to find a mortgage and home price that's right for you, contact Direct Mortgage Loans for a mortgage that feels like home. DirectMortgageLoans.com. NMLS 832799.
Fiscal strength and stability doesn't happen overnight. It's built one client relationship at a time. At RBC Wealth Management, for more than 100 years, we've built our reputation on fiscal responsibility, integrity, and stewardship. Together, let's build your financial future. Visit rbcwealthmanagement.com today to find an advisor near you. RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA SIPC.
Nothing beats the taste of an SK hot dog at Camden Yards or hot off any grill. And now, that great taste and tradition is available at your neighborhood Highs. Enjoy the Highs Hometown Meal Deal. A jumbo all-beef SK hot dog, bag of Utz chips, and a 32-ounce fountain drink, all for just $3.99.
Hey, it's me, Chris Tillman, starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. Enjoy the great taste of SK hot dogs at your local Highs.
SK gives you quality and value. SK, taste the difference quality makes.
Well, Corey Rasmus, who pitched 2 scoreless innings last night, comes out to go to work trying to get the final out. But the Orioles have tacked on a run here in the 8th and lead at 4-0 in the top of the 8th. RBI baseball is back with all 30 MLB teams and 2014 players. Get the retro 2-button style baseball game you've been missing. Visit RBIGame.com for more details and download today on your console and mobile device. Now, the Orioles and the Angels have been scoreless through the first 5 innings. The Orioles with 2 out. They scored 3 runs in the 6th. And here another 2-out big double for J.J. Hardy, who's had 2 RBI doubles tonight with 2 down. And that will bring up Jonathan Scope, who in his last at-bat sent one out of here with J.J. at second base. Let's find out what happens here in the 8th from Joe Angel.
All right, Fred, thank you. Scope coming into this game, it had just 2 hits in 19 at-bats. Well, he's got 2 hits in this game. He's had a single and that 2-run home run and a strikeout. He's gone 2 for 3. Right-hander against right-hander. Rasmus will go to work on the Orioles second baseman. J.J. Hardy out there at second base with 2 outs. Now the outfield against Scope really spread out. Rasmus will take a look at Hardy. He delivers to Scope. Jonathan got the breaking ball. He waved at it. He got fooled. Strike 1. On deck is Ryan Flaherty. If you just tuned in and had not heard, Manny Machado for the game tonight was a late scratch. He's got back issues. And so the Orioles are playing it safe. Machado got the night off. And now the 0-1 pitch. Scope dribbles it foul off the catcher's hand, it looked like. Boy, it's the second time that the catcher, Conger, has been hit by a foul ball. Earlier, he got hit along the chest protector. And that time, I think the ball grazed him on that right hand. Not sure. He's okay. The Scope up there now with the count of 0-2. Same 2 teams again tomorrow night. Chris Tillman on the hill against right-hander Jared Weaver. That's going to be a fun pitching matchup in that game. Weaver is a 10-game winner. Scope waits. Count 0-2. Rasmus delivers. Swing and a miss. Got it with the breaking ball. Inning over. But the Orioles get a run. Big one. And that double by J.J. Hardy pick up the RBI. So now we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Angels had 8, 9, and 1 coming up to hit. It looks like Miguel Gonzalez is coming out for the, although Buck Showalter is now heading over toward the plate to talk to the home plate umpire. So Miguel is coming out for the bottom of the 8th inning. He's got a 4-0 lead on the Orioles, radio up in this game. And he's got a 4-0 lead. And here's Efrain Navarro to get things started in the bottom of the 8th inning. I mentioned Miguel Gonzalez, his last 2 starts, has gone 8 innings.
Well, at Fenway Park, in the first of those back-to-back 8-inning outings, he threw 113 pitches, and then against the Yankees, 105. So
and right now he's at 98, and Buck is staying with him here. And again, right now, there's nobody warming up in the Oriole bullpen. Brian Mattis had been up earlier briefly. So here's Navarro, a left-hand hitter. And Miguelito, he delivers a good breaking ball, and that's a call strike. Now the Orioles now have David Lowe in the game defensively in left field. So for the Orioles defensively, and right now they are the best defensive team in baseball again. If you look at the fielding percentage, there's a pop-up here near the third base dugout. Flaherty is there near the coaching box, and then in the coaching box to make that catch. And so Navarro is gone on 2 pitches. And now here's Conger, the number 9 hitter. So again, the Orioles have Flaherty, Hardy, Scope, and Davis, third to first. Kayla Joseph has caught the entire game. David Lowe in left, Adam Jones in center, Nick Markakis in right.
And we still have had no further word about Manny Machado, or else we would have passed it along. But just that he was a late scratch today with those back problems.
And now here's the switch hitting Hank Conger. Oh, look out. Almost got hit. I'll tell you what, Conger tonight taking a beating behind the plate. He's been hit by foul balls a couple of times. And that time he almost got drilled with a pitch. It is a thankless job. And now Miguelito. Here's the 1-0 delivery. This one low and outside for a ball. Conger against Miguel tonight, 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Now the Angels in this game against Gonzalez have had only 3 at-bats with a runner as far as second base. There's the fastball a little bit low. So now 3-0 to Hank Conger. In other words, they've had very limited opportunities. And the balls they have hit hard in this game against Gonzalez have been hit right at somebody, including a big double play ball back in the third. Here's the 3-0 delivery, and there's a 4-pitch walk. Tommy Hunter, by the way, has not been warming up in the bullpen. Well, from Miguel Gonzalez, it's the 4th walk he has given up. And now the top of the order comes up. Here's Calhoun. Orioles ahead 4-0, bottom 8. Here's the big A in Anaheim. Calhoun tonight's gone 0 for 3. Well, Miguel Gonzalez tonight has induced 1 double play ball, but that was a line drive double play ball. And the Angels some bad base running out there at second base. So now Gonzalez delivers to Calhoun, who takes a breaking ball for a strike. Caught the inside corner. Ryan Flaherty is at third base, just in back of the bag, but well over in the hole. J.J. Hardy and Jonathan Scope up the middle, looking for that 2-for-1 deal. Chris Davis, the big fella, on the back at first. Miguel Gonzalez out there standing tall, looks in, and the right-hander says yes. He will set at the belt. He delivers 0-1, and there's a fly ball going to be caught in shallow left. Hardy backing up. J.J. is there, and he catches it. 2 gone. And now Mike Trout. With Tommy Hunter out there getting loose. Number 9, Buck Showalter. Now let's see if Buck comes out. There's a man on base. And Mike Trout in the series, first 2 games, he has been frustrated. He is 0 for 7 in the series with 4 strikeouts.
And Miguel's gotten him twice via the strikeout and then a ground ball out. So he's handled him well.
And Buck is going to let Miguel go after Trout. Orioles ahead 4-0. And the pitch. And another good breaking ball for a call. Well, I say breaking ball. It might have been a slider, maybe a cut fastball. Had a little wrinkle to it, but a good one. Caught the outside corner at the knee. So the count 0-1. And Fred, here's one of those situations where the score dictates what the manager does.
Because even if it's a home run, you still have that 2-run lead.
Yeah, he's got a 4-0 lead. He's able to stay with Miguel Gonzalez. And this will be his 108th pitch. Here it comes. Trout, check swing. He takes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Trout with 23 home runs. Last night, his 9-game hit streak came to an end. But Trout has knocked in 50 runs in his last 56 games. He stands in. 1-1 the count. And the pitch. A little bit low, the breaking ball. That might have been a splitter. So 2-1 now to Mike Trout. Now on deck is Pujols, so if Trout gets on base, we're going to see Tommy Hunter. And Miguel Gonzalez has gotten into a hitter's count. 2-1. Conger at first with 2 outs. Miguelito. He delivers. Trout sends a high fly ball. Right center. Pretty deep. Adam Jones backing up. Gone. Mike Trout, a 2-run home run to make it a 2-run game in the bottom of the 8th inning. And now Buck is coming out. Well, Freddie got behind him, as I just mentioned. He got into a hitter's count, and he gave Trout a pitch to hit.
Yeah, Buck gave Miguel every opportunity to go a third consecutive 8 innings, but not to happen tonight.
So Tommy Hunter coming on. This pitching change at Baltimore.
Quality makes.
Now, Tommy Hunter, who's been a part of that bullpen that over the last month or so has just been outstanding for the Orioles, comes on to try to get the final out. Bases clear now following the Trout 2-run home run before Tommy faces Albert Pujols. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
You're listening to Orioles baseball on the Mid-State's home of country classics, WIOO Carlisle and WEEO Shippensburg. New on 93.9 and 97.9 FM.
Against one of the game's most feared hitters, Tommy has not allowed a run since June 24th. And to tell you more about that and this showdown between Tommy and Pujols, let's turn it back to Joe Angel.
Big fella, thank you. Thank you. Here's Tommy now going to work. Well, always a good idea to face Pujols with the bases empty in a 2-run game now. Well, you're right, Tommy Hunter, been a while since he's been scored upon. He's gone 11 appearances since he last gave up a run, and Pujols takes an E-high strike. He has not given up a run in his last 13 and 2/3 innings. And right now he's just 2 innings away from the longest scoreless streak of his major league career. And now Pujols fouls it away. So it's 0-2 now to Albert Pujols. Tommy Hunter been very effective of late. Now Pujols tonight is 0 for 3. Tommy Hunter, he delivers. Pujols bounces one towards short, intercepted by Flaherty. Off balance throw, gets Pujols, and the inning is over. Pujols retired 5-3. Tommy Hunter comes in, gets his man. End of 8 now in Anaheim. Orioles are ahead 4-2 as we head to the 9th inning on the Orioles Radio Network. Thrown by Tommy Hunter. And the at-bat to Albert Pujols. And the fastest pitch of the game is brought to you by Xfinity. Call 1-800-XFINITY today for a great offer. Xfinity, the future of awesome. And now here we go, 9th inning. And the Orioles at the bottom of the order. Ryan Flaherty will get the inning started. And then Caleb, Joseph. Then the top of the order, Nick Markakis. Orioles ahead 4-2. Flaherty tonight 0 for 3. Filling in for the injured Manny Machado. He's got some back issues that kept him out of the game tonight. So Flaherty after now, he takes a call strike to get the 9th inning started. On the SK scoreboard, mentioned the Yankees won. They beat the Texas Rangers. It took a while. It took them 14 innings. And the Yankees won that game 2-1 when the newest Yankee, Chase Headley. Flaherty swings at a changeup. He misses. Chase Headley in his first Yankee game. Remember, they made the trade this morning for the San Diego Padres. Chase Headley becoming the new Yankee third baseman for Yangervis Solarte and the pitcher Rafael DePaula. Here's the pitch on the way to Flaherty. And this one taken a little bit low. Another breaking ball. And so Headley, who was in Chicago with the San Diego Padres, as soon as that trade was made, he jumped on a plane and he got to the Yankee Ball Club tonight in New York. Now, he was not in the lineup originally, but then he got in the game, and then eventually he won the game with a base hit in the 14th inning. How about that story? And now Flaherty fouls it back on the screen.
Yeah, just reading, I guess he arrived in the dugout in the top of the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
He was greeted by his new teammates, and here he goes in the 14th, winning it for him.
Nice timing. It's kind of interesting, too, because generally when you see a trade like that, it takes a player, maybe 1 or 2 days to get to his new team. Well, boy, Headley, he didn't waste any time. He went from a non-tender to a contender for that Yankee Ball Club. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and Flaherty goes down on strikes. At number 1 in the 9th inning. And now here's Caleb Joseph. By the way, Mighty Casey hands me a note. He does all the research. I mean, we're busy, Fred. He does all the research. But Chase Headley, with that game winner in the 14th inning today, becomes the first Yankee with what they now call a walk-off RBI in his first game as a Yankee in 71 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Pitch on the way to Caleb is a little breaking ball in there at the knees. That's a called strike. I mean, 71 years ago, in 1943, Roy Weatherly, remember him?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You do?
Oh, yeah. I remember reading about him. I don't remember watching him.
You remember him?
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. This one is outside. I never heard of him.
You didn't really?
No. Anyway, he was the last Yankee to hit a game-winning hit, a game-ending hit in those days, in his first game as a Yankee. Until tonight when Chase Hentley does it. Chase Hentley, remember him a couple of years ago? What a season he had. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Here's a swing and a miss. Hentley, a couple of years ago, he hit about 290. And that was the year in which he had like 31 home runs and drove in 150 runs, 115 runs, and he won a Gold Glove that year too.
So he can do it all when he is hitting on all 8 cylinders.
But boy, the last couple of years, he has not resembled that guy. Here's the 1-2 to Caleb. Good breaking ball, gets him looking. Strike 3 call. So 2 outs. Here's the top of the order, Nick Markakis. Now this right-hander Corey Rasmus has come in. He's faced 3 hitters, and he struck them all out. That time with a big breaking ball there.
Well, that's been a tough spot for the Yankees to fill, that third base spot. Of course, A-Rod gone all year, and they've been trying to fill it with several players. And now it looks like Headley, at least with the glove, you know you're going to put him out there and get some marvelous work at the hot corner.
Now here's Nick Markakis. Let's talk about Corey Rasmus. That breaking ball he threw there to get that strikeout. He delivers to Markakis, and this one is at the letters. That's a call strike. That curveball to me looked like Greg Olson's curveball. Remember the Otter?
We saw him tonight.
He's going to be your guest tomorrow on the warm-up show.
We'll talk about that and what it's like closing. We'll see what happens tonight with Zach Britton, who's warming up in the Oriole bullpen.
And what it's like throwing that big breaking ball like that. He had a dandy.
Oh, my goodness.
Markakis takes the ball. So Nick now up there with the count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, they say some people have a tight breaking ball. His, it had an arc to it.
Nick Markakis tonight has gone hitless. He's gone 0 for 4. Orioles ahead 4-2, 9th inning, 2 outs, bases empty. Rasmus, he delivers. Another breaking ball. This one missed inside. Well, Nick Markakis right now 5th in the American League on the hit list. And as we said, 0 for 4 tonight. Although twice he's been robbed by Ibar out there at short. That's baseball. And now the set again, the 2-1 pitch. Little ground ball, but a foul ball just over the coaching box and right to Wayne Kirby. Wayne Kirby bends over. Took a while. Fielded it and then lobbed it into the lower deck.
I won't tell him you said that.
So Nick Markakis, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Wayne enjoys the finer things in life.
He does. You get Wayne Kirby to talk about cooking.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, does he get happy.
Also golf. He loves golf.
Yeah, he's a good golfer.
Yeah.
He's a good athlete.
Yes, he is.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Nick will take inside ball 3-3-2. Orioles ahead 4-2, 9th inning. Markakis now just outside the box. Looks out toward the pitcher's mound. He'll take a couple of half practice swings outside the box. And now gets back in the box and digs in. He takes 1 full practice swing, and then he cocks the bat. The count 3-2. Rasmus to the plate. Breaking ball, lined foul up that right field side. So they'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the Yankees won. The Blue Jays won. They beat Boston tonight 7-3 behind Jay Happ. As Jake Peavy lost that game, he's 1-9 for the Red Sox. David Ortiz had another home run. The Red Sox had their 5-game win streak come to an end. They'd won 8 out of 9. And in a way, it's good the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox because right now the Red Sox are a better team. Red Sox are not giving up, nor is Tampa Bay. 3-2 pitch lifted down the left field line. On the run is Navarro. He's going to get there just inside the foul line. Makes the catch. And that's it. Orioles go 1, 2, 3. And now it's Britton time. As we head to the bottom of the ninth inning, Zach Britton coming on. And he is looking for closure with the Orioles ahead 4-2 on the Orioles Radio Network. All right, good morning to you. Joe Angel, Fred Manfra back in Anaheim. Here we go, bottom of the ninth inning. And the lefty, Zach Britton, Fred, we saw him last night. He came in and 1, 2, 3, picked up a save.
Yeah, and that's what, you want your closer to do. Zach had that rough outing, that first game. You say a rough outing because they gave up 3 runs in Oakland in that first game of the post-All-Star break road trip for the Orioles. He gave up a slow roller, a broken bat, and then the first pitch home run. But since then, he's back to being Zach Britton and what we expect out of the closer.
Yeah, well, last night he came on in the bottom of the ninth inning. He faced Eric Ibar as a pinch hitter and got him on a comebacker. And then he faced Chris Iannetta, the catcher, as a pinch hitter, got him on a fly ball out. And then Calhoun came up, and that's when Britton ended the game with a strikeout last night as he picked up a 17 save. In this game, he'll have to deal with the middle of the Angel batting order. And this is going to be Josh Hamilton to get the inning started.
Well, Zach only needed 7 pitches last night.
Yeah. Hamilton in this game has gone 0 for 2 with a base on balls. Lefty, Britton to Hamilton. He delivers a sinker, 97. That's a call strike. You know about Zach Britton, 95% of the time he's going to throw that hard sinker. And now the left-hander again sets. Hamilton waits. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And there's the breaking ball. How about that pitch? And he got a swing and a miss. All right. Well, you don't see that too often. He got ahead with a 97 sinker, and then he throws him a breaking ball about 83, and he got the swing and a miss. And now the 0-2 pitch. Another breaking ball, a swing and a miss, and he got him on a ball that was in the dirt. How about that? He gets Hamilton on 3 pitches. He got him with a fastball, and then he got him with 2 breaking pitches.
Well, taking a page out of the Brian Mattis scouting report on Hamilton last night, Mattis came in 3 pitches, breaking balls. He struck out Hamilton on the 3 pitches, a 3-pitch strikeout, couple of breaking balls for Zach Britton.
Very impressive. I'll tell you what, Rick Dempsey has always said that Britton has to come up with 1 more pitch, because eventually, if all you throw is that hard sinker, they're going to catch up to you. And now here's Ibar, and there's another, looked like a breaking ball in there for a call strike. Now, the radar gun says 96, but it looked to me like a breaking ball.
It had some movement to it.
It did. Well, I'll tell you what, if he throws a breaking ball occasionally and throws it for a strike, once he gets ahead, boy, he's going to give those hitters a lot to think about. And now the next sinker is at 97, but it's a lone inside for a ball. Eric Ibar with the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. So I think Dempsey is right. You got to have more than 1 pitch, unless your name is Mariano Rivera. And now Ibar tops it foul.
Yeah, amazing how that cutter has propelled Mariano Rivera into the Hall of Fame, basically.
Yeah. But Ibar in this game is 0 for 3, but up there against Britton for the first time. But again, last night he saw him as a pinch hitter, and Britton got him on a comebacker. Orioles ahead 4-2, bottom of the 9th inning. Now, Mikey Casey hands me another note. In baseball, you never know what's going to happen, right? You go to the ballpark, you just don't know what's going to happen. Here's the swing, sinker, swing and a miss. Got him. Struck him out. Sinker at 97. Britton has struck out the first 2 men he faces here in the 9th inning. And now here's Howie Kendrick. Again, in the San Francisco Giants game tonight, and that was a game that went way into extra innings. The Giants won that game in 14 innings. They beat the Phillies 9-6. But in that game, Tim Lincecum came in to pitch, and he picked up a save.
Wow.
Here comes the pitch. And that's in there at the knees. That's a call strike. So Tim Lincecum, who is a starting pitcher and has been pitching extremely well, tonight he becomes the first pitcher in about 4 years to, in the same season, throw a no-hitter and pick up a save. There's a fly ball slicing right field corner, slicing foul by about 3 feet. So now it's 0-2 to Howie Kendrick. The last guy to do that was Matt Garza back in 2010 to throw a no-hitter and pick up a save in the same season. So in baseball, you just never know what you may see at the ballpark. Tim Lincecum has thrown 2 no-hitters, and both of them against San Diego. Kendrick in this game is 0 for 3. Britton trying to end the game. Orioles ahead 4-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner. And when I say fastball, I mean sinker. 97 that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Is that Tim's first career save?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
Although he did work in relief quite a bit when he was struggling. Now the next pitch is in the dirt.
I'm trying to check that out on the internet, but they show no saves and no blown saves. So
Howie Kendrick up there with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Orioles ahead 4-2, bottom of the 9th inning. And again, left-hander Zach Britton trying to pick up another save. Last night against the Angels, he got number 17. And now he's 1 strike away from 18. Here comes the pitch. Fly ball toward Markakis. Nick is there. He's going to reach up. He's going to make the catch. And the Orioles again in the win column in Anaheim. They beat the Angels again. They win it 4-2. And they've taken the first 2 in this 3-game series. And now on Wednesday night, they got a chance to sweep the team that coming into the series had the 2nd best record in the game.
Well, that streak for the Angels, they had won 10 consecutive home series. That's over as the Orioles have taken the first 2 out of this 3-game set.
There we go. So again, the Orioles congratulate each other. They maintain a 4-game division lead over the Blue Jays and the Yankees. And we'll be back in a moment with those lovely totals right after this. We'll check on his record. Mike Morin is now 2-3. Dan Britton picks up a save. He's now 18 of 21 so far this year. Time of the game was 3:08, and the attendance here 35,353. Same 2 teams again tomorrow night in the finale. Orioles are going for a 3-game sweep. Going to be a fine pitching matchup in that game. Couple of right-handers. For the Orioles, Chris Tillman, he'll try to become an 8-game winner. And for the Angels, right-hander Jared Weaver, he'll try to become an 11-game winner in that finale tomorrow night. Game time, it'll be at 10:05. We'll be on the air at 9:35 with the manager's report. Till then, Joe Angel for Fred Manfra and the mighty man, mighty Casey Willett, saying thank you for joining us tonight. We enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Tonight, we had some good news. Because the Orioles, their 2nd consecutive notch in the win column as they beat the Angels in this one 4-2. And now stay tuned. The Clubhouse Show coming up next on the Orioles Radio Network.